I just see that there's two components. One is it was going to go this way anyway. Like it was just going to go online. But secondly, now it's a land rush. And whoever gets the good computer and the good microphone and the good setup first is going to make a lot of money.
Welcome to the My Future Business Show, where we get you in front of your best audience and keep you there. Not only are we interviewing the biggest names in business to help you become even more successful.
Hi, and welcome back to the My Future Business Show. My name's Rick Nusky. I am the host, and I am sitting here trembling with excitement today because I have somebody very, very special on the show with us today, Mr. Philip Kalinske. Welcome to the show, Philip.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Yes, absolutely. My pleasure, must I say. I noticed your bio, and it just blew me away. And for everybody who is on the call with us today, the core of today's call is about voiceover work and how that you can become part of this industry working from home.
Yeah.
And like for everybody who's on the call today, the list goes on and on. There's NBC, A&E, MTV. Just some major experiences that you've had as an actor and voiceover specialist. Now, that brings me to, I guess, the core of the call, essentially, is your voiceover career work and what you're doing at the moment with that industry.
Right. So the way let's say the way it was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
It was eventually going to go this way. So the way before COVID was your agent would email you a script for a commercial, TV show, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You would record it at home. You would email it to your agent, and then your agent would email it to the casting director. And then if the casting director liked you, you'd go in and talk to the casting director. And then if they liked that, then they would book you for the job. And then you go to an engineering studio and record the spot.
Yeah.
And so as soon as COVID came, our agency just had a huge meeting and was like, look, if you're going to look at it in the most harshest reality, everything's going to be done from home, at least for a year or two, right? Like just that's just the way it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I set up my home studio. And then when I set up my home studio, I decided I'm going to make a website where people can learn how to set up their own home studio, because for a long, long time, we're not going to meet anybody anymore. Like we had meetings where the voiceover actors were like, well, can't I just bring my own microphone? It's sterilized, whatever, and I'll go to the audition. And I was like, you're getting on a subway. You're touching doorknobs. It's beyond just going into the casting director's office. And so the other thing was I do like Zoom consultings, and then a lot of the people, because I'm like brutally honest. I'm like, look, I know, because for me anyway, after a while, I was like, I'm kind of zoomed out. Yeah. So I did these pre-recorded episodes that are 5 minutes long that talk about the process of what you should do at the beginning as far as technique. Then it moves into home studio and blah, 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 this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And you go to yourvostudio.com and you can buy the episodes and download them and then watch them at your pace. And then if you want to do anything more with me, if you like what I'm doing, then we could do 30-minute consultations and X, Y, and Z. But my main focus for the future was I just see that there's two components. One is it was going to go this way anyway. Like it was just going to go home online. But secondly, now it's a land rush. And whoever gets the good computer and the good microphone and the good setup first is going to make a lot of money, because the people that, if you're like, I was the voice of Toyota. If you're the voice of Toyota now, you're going to be the voice of Toyota for probably 9 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Because they like your voice. They're not going to look for anybody else. You don't cost them that much. I mean, you get paid what you're going to get paid, but they're not hiring other things, right? They don't need a casting director. They don't need this. They don't need that.
All the overheads.
So, yeah, the overhead's gone. So whatever my fee is from being in the union or whatever is my fee, but there's nothing extra, right? So when I designed the course, I also was like, I want it to be economical, because I used to edit actors' acting reels, and I would do a reel for like $99.
Mm-hmm.
And these editors would be really mad at me, and they'd be like, well, I charge $800. And I'm like, yeah, but if I'm editing this guy's reel for $99 and he books more jobs, he's got to change his reel, which means he's going to need me again,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I have a repeat customer. You're doing a one-off, like you made $800, but he ain't coming back because it's just too expensive.
Yeah.
So the deal I have is that 10 episodes are $89. And if you want to do a consultation with me, it's $39. And you also get over 40 scripts just to look at, because a lot of the new people in the voiceover industry, some of them don't even know what a storyboard is, and, you know, all these different things. So that I just try to arm you with the right tools. And then again, I still get resistance, because they're like, well, you're opening up the pool, right? You're making more competition for yourself. And I'm like, no, there's enough food for everybody to eat, I think.
Yep, the plate's big enough.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be. If you know, why would they allow everybody to audition from home if they didn't realize the amount of volume that they're going to get? And so part of the course also explains, like, you know, when you do get an audition, if you can, and I know it's hard, but if you can, submit it as quickly as you can, not rush the audition itself, but submit it as quickly as you can, because, I mean, think of this right now. I'm being interviewed by you, and I haven't checked my email or anything. And once the interview's over, I'm going to have 10, 15 emails. Now imagine a casting person who's looking for the lead kidnapper for Grand Theft Auto 5, and agents are submitting stuff. After 10 of them, they're going to just pick somebody, because they're just going to have so much volume that it's not even worth it. You know what I mean?
Strategy.
So,
yeah.
So, like, knowing little things like that are what's really embedded in the course. Is sort of like, it's almost like I had a Zoom session where I was talking to voiceover actors and actors. And I said, I mean, just think of your own mentality, right? Like, think of the fact that if a friend of yours sends you a YouTube video,
mm-hmm.
you immediately look at how long it's going to be. You could care less what it is. But if it's over 2 minutes, forget about it. Right.
Yep.
It's like, no, but I slipped on a banana peel and I felt, no, I don't care. It's 2 minutes. No. So if that's the human psyche, right? If that's a human condition, it's just super amplified by an agent or a casting director, right? So send me the audition, send me it in a timely fashion, and we'll see what happens, you know, and, you know, ultimately, like, it's all out of your control.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how good, like, you know, people spend $6,000, $8,000 in a home studio. And it's like, that doesn't get you the job just because you have a super expensive home studio. I booked to be the voice of the McDonald's lemon in McDonald's Lemonade, right? It was an animated character.
Mm-hmm.
And the lemon was pissed because they're now making strawberry lemonade. So I was like, well, why do you need to add strawberry to me? I'm fine, right? So I book it. I get paid for the recording. It's supposed to go up in 2 weeks. And then nothing happened. So I called my agent. I said, what happened? I thought it was supposed to go national. I thought it was like, you know, one of these big jobs. He said, I don't know. So come to find out, I guess I did such a good job that in one of their focus groups, they were like, he sounds like Steve Shrippa from The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Why don't we ask Steve to do it? So within 2 weeks, they had Steve record it and be the lemon. And I was just like, and then here's the lemon salt in the wound. He lives in my neighborhood. I see him jogging all the time. I haven't had the courage to knock him out. because he's in the mafia. I can't do that.
Yeah, no, probably wouldn't work out well for anyone involved. This has
No.
just been such a great call. I've enjoyed it thoroughly, learning more about you, your stories, and the reasons why you got involved in all of this. Now, I'd love to know when they visit yourvostudio.com, of which I'll make all of the links below this post, no matter where you find this interview, be able to get back to Philip. I'd love to know what is the process if people actually want to work with you closer than that? Is there an opportunity to work at a higher level, one-to-one with you, for those who you think have what it takes to be a good voiceover artist?
Yeah. There's 30-minute. There's the when you go to the site that it breaks it down. There's the 10 episode course, and then there's the 30-minute consultations, which you get the first one free.
Yeah.
And so that I can go over what you want to do, so I can customize it.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, I work with a group of veterans, because I had a live theater show, and I used to give them tickets for free to come see it. And then when all this happened, they were like, "Are you doing anything else?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing this, voiceover stuff." And I could, I think you guys would really like to learn how to podcast, not, actually do commercials, but I think you have a voice in what you're doing, and you're technically savvy, so it's not going to be a huge learning curve for me to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a bunch of veterans that are working on different type of podcasts for themselves, and I have other clients that they want to do books on tape, and then others that just want to do video games or animation. So once I can kind of sit down and figure out what you want to do, then I can sort of custom tailor a plan. And if any of your listeners want to take advantage of my offer,
Mm-hmm.
just when they contact me through the website or my email, just mention the word future, and I'll know they came from your show, and I'll give them a deal.
Excellent. Well, look, everybody, you just heard it straight from Philip. If you want to get involved and get yourself a good deal, mention Future when you touch base with Philip. Again, Philip, this has just been a magical call. There are so many dimensions to voice-over artistry. It is an art. It's something that needs to be learned. It's not something that everybody's gifted with, and I know that you're the person to help them either recognize that there's something in this for them, or to maybe pass on this offer. So with that all being said, again, such a wonderful call, a privilege. Thank you so very much for spending some time with me on the My Future Business Show today.
Thanks for joining us today.